All right. So as you can see, I have logged in onto the website, which is called firefly.adobe.com. Once you go on this website, simply log in with your Adobe ID and you will be good to go, right? So this particular website is open for everyone. As you can see, the product right now is in beta. So any content which will get generated with the help of Adobe Firefly beta, you cannot use for a commercial purpose. But yeah, you can try it, do a experiment with this particular technology and see what all it can generate. So now if you can see, we have options like, as I told you, text to image, generative fill, text effect, generative recolor is already available on the website, which you are free to use. Let's get started with the text to image. Let me try to generate some content here. I'll just try to write a prompt here like organic herbal leaves in a rounded shape. If I hit generate, so while it is getting generated, I also like to talk about the best practice around writing a prompt. Okay, your prompt need to be a very descriptive. Okay, it should not be like one word, two word, or three word kind of a thing. It should be like a sentence. So I would say, whatever you are imagining in your head, okay, try to give a word to your imagination and then write those words here. Okay, so it's like one line or two line of a statement. So the better you, the more descriptive you will write, the better will be the output. Okay, if you create ambiguity in your prompt, in your statement, then the AI will also try to create various kind of rendition which may or may not relate with what you are envisioning in your head. Okay, so if you want that whatever you are envisioning in your head, if you want that imagination which you have in your head should match with the AI, then your prompt need to be really really descriptive, so that the AI should, there should no ambiguity for the AI, like to what to create and what not to create. So here you can see I got some outputs here. Let me quickly show you one, the by putting the another one. So I'll just copy this prompt and I will write it here. So while it is getting generated, I would suggest all of you to provide your prompt also, which I can try it, some of them. Okay, so now here you can see I got four images. Every time you hit a generate button, you will get four output. Okay, now if I click any of them, it will become enlarged and then I can see them. And now if I want to tell the AI that please generate more images based on that particular image, then I can click this pencil icon and I will click on this button which is say show similar. So let me click this here. And now the AI will took this image and basis on this image, it will create more images. So here you can see, the on the basis of that one particular image, the AI actually create more images. If I like this image and I want to tell AI to create more images based on this image, it will create more images. So this is how very quickly I will get different kind of a result. Now let me show you on the right hand side what all option we have. So the first one is the aspect ratio. As you know, the output which you will get here is not the ultimate project, right? You need to take this image, put it in your project, whatever project you are making, maybe a promotional poster, campaign, or anything which you are creating. You need to give a context to these images, right? These images in its own may not be a complete project. Okay, so depending upon the type of project you are doing, you can choose a aspect ratio also. So let's say if I choose landscape, now the all the images which will get generated will be in the landscape format. Yeah, so I think there is a question, can we say no to something particular? So when you are writing, just mention that not to include this, not to include in your description only, and the AI will try to took care of that. So here you can see I have changed the landscape ratio and now the output is coming in the landscape. Also, we provide you a lot of styles here. Like you can see if I click on all, huge list of styles are here. You can see steampunk, and then we have fantasy, pop art, minimalism. Let's say if I choose the something called pixel art, let's see, and if I hit the generate again, then the AI will try to create the output in a pixel art. Let's see how the output comes. Here you see the AI is trying to create the output in a pixel art. If you want some concept arts related to something like a mascot kind of a thing, so I just put a mascot for a ramen noodles here. And by the way, the Firefly support Hindi also. So if you like to write prompt in Hindi, Punjabi, Gujarati, or any other language, it supports that also. 100 plus language supports are there. Okay, which you can try it. So you can see I got few more outputs here. Or maybe if I try to if I want to generate a pattern, then you just write a pattern. Whatever keyword you are writing, please make sure that you write a word pattern in your prompt. And let me generate some pattern also here. So as of now, everything what I'm doing is on the browser, which is a firefly.adobe.com. And then later on, I'll show you what are the features are available within the Photoshop also. So here you can see I got this particular pattern got generated very quickly. If I like any of them and want more to generate like that, I will click on show similar. So here you can see I got some more pattern. Maybe let me write one more prompt from, let's say if you are working for some web banners or you want to create some web promotional banners. So I just mentioned Indian male model holding lot of shopping bag. So this is a graphical output. If I want a photo output, like a real photographs, I can choose a photo output. So depending upon your requirement, you can choose from photo and art. So let me select photo. Here you can see the same prompt I can generate in a art form also and in the photo format also, like in a real photo also. Okay. So this is text to image. Let me move forward and show you text effect. So as you can see, you can generate a lot of text effect also with the help of the generative AI, and it will save a lot of your time in Photoshop. So let me just try to write some text here. Let me say Delhi, and if I so first you need to write the word which you want to be stylized, and then you need to write a description in what type you want that particular style. So I have mentioned here holographic dripping color. So here you can see immediately I got this result. I can choose some kind of background color also if I want to, or the good way is that you download it in a PNG format, and then whatever design project you are working, you can use this there. You can use this particular output in your design project. So let me show you some more effect. So with the same word, if I change the description, how I want to be stylized, needless to say, for to show to do all these things, you need a internet connectivity so that you can generate all this content on the browser. So here you can see again how quickly I was able to generate the again text in a like in a flower kind of a effect. Or maybe like if I want in a pizza slices, here you can see I just mentioned pizza slices, and now you got a the pizza slices in the alphabet. So this is a great way of creating a stylized content. Now let's move forward. I would highly encourage that you also give it a try to all these things. You just need to log in with your Adobe ID. Generative fill, I will show you a lot more on generative fill in Photoshop, but let me just quickly show you what you can do here also. So I will just upload one image here, and let's say if I remove a background from this image, you can see immediately the AI will recognize the background and it will remove the background. Now, what type of background you want? Simply write it here. So maybe I want office background with chairs and table, or whatever you want to write. You can just write it in a descriptive way. And every time you hit a generate button, it will give you multiple options which you can try. So here you can see, let me show you this one. This is the another one. This is the another one. So if you didn't like any of them, you can click cancel, make your prompt more descriptive, hit the generate button again, and the AI will generate. Maybe I will write shopping mall in blur background, and I will hit generate. So here you can see I use the option blur background. So it actually blurred a lot. So maybe I can write a shallow depth of field sort of a keyword, so it will create that kind of a depth field. But yeah, the idea here is that you can use generative fill on the website also, but if you know Photoshop, then you can use this feature in Photoshop. So let me take you through on the Photoshop now and show you how you can use the generative fill feature there. So as you can see here, let me start with this one. So I have this particular image here, and I want to extend this image. Maybe I want to make a, you can say a Facebook cover, or I want to use this particular image in some kind of a promotional content. So I want to extend the size of this image. So if I take my crop tool and if I increase my canvas size like this, you can, you know that till that till the time when we didn't had the AI technology, we used to get this kind of a blank area, right? But not anymore. If I hit the enter button, the AI will recognize the image and it will try to create the pixel in the blank canvas basis on the original image background. So let's see how it will create that. So I just extend the canvas size and I hit the enter, and now it is creating the background. Here you go. So every time you like you expand your canvas size, it will give you three options. This is the option one. I can toggle my options from here also, or I can also choose the variations from here also. So this is the option one, this is the option two, and this is the option three. So maybe I can go with the option two. This looks fine for me. And now maybe I want to add like some kind of a cruise ship. So I will just make a selection here and I will hit generative fill. This is the button which you will get in the Photoshop beta. Okay. Just click on generative fill. And if I write cruise ship and if I hit generate, it will try to create a cruise ship and it will also try to give you few options for that. And also, every time you use the AI to create something, it will create a separate layer. So, which means that you do not have to worry about that. If it is created by AI, you cannot take a control on that. Okay. So even it is created by AI, you will have a full control. You can see it will create a layer mask here. And if you know how to work with layer mask, you can do some color correction if you want to do that, or anything else you want to do, you can do that very easily. You can see I got my cruise ship. I can toggle between different type of cruise ship here. So maybe I can go with the first one. And now, since I got my like a Facebook cover size, I also got my cruise ship. Now I will just quickly put a logo of my brand. So I just uh, drag this logo from my CC library like this, and I will put some tagline here. So very quickly, I will be able to create my banners like this or my posters like this, where I can simply expand the background. Let me take you one another example. So in this example, I want to expand this particular background. So I will just take my selection tool. I will make a selection here. I will click generative fill. If you only want to expand the background, do not write anything. Simply hit the generate button. So here you can see I got again three variations. So I think the second one looks fine. And now I can also turn on my logos and I can put on that logo on top of it. So very quickly, I was able to create my first banner. Let me go to my second banner. In this banner, you can see I have some mountain kind of effect in the background. So let me make a selection here. So this will become very handy if you are creating a lot of banners, or anything where you need a larger background, or anything where you need to expand your background. In this particular, now we call it like a generative expand. It will really help you to extend your background. So let me write mountains and clouds and hit generate. So here you can see I got multiple variation. Maybe I can go for the second one or the third one, and then I can quickly turn on my logos here, something like this. So my two banners are ready here. You can see here. Let's say I want to remove this third person. I can take a lasso tool and I will just make a rough selection around my subject like this. You do not need to make a very refined selection, just a rough selection. And you can see the background is very busy. Lot of there is a stairs, lot of patterns are also there. There are some trees also. So it's a very difficult task to do it manually. Let's see how AI will do this. I will hit generate. So I didn't use any prompt here, and you can see how quickly this particular object got removed here. Again, I got three options here, which I can try it. And with that, let me see. Let's move on to the Illustrator part. Now I'm going to show you the feature called recolor. Okay. So as I told you that there is an option called recolor, generative recolor. You can use this on the browser also. And this is also available in Illustrator. So let me show you how you can use this particular feature. So I have this particular pattern here. And let's say I want to create uh, multiple color variation of this particular pattern. It's a fully vector file. I'm using Illustrator here. And so what I will do, I will make a copy of this. Let's say the client want to see multiple color variation. So I'll make a copy of this. And in the properties panel, you will find a new button which says recolor. Okay. So this is an important feature, recolor. So I will click on this. And now this is the old recolor option. Recolor option was there since many years. This was the manual version, and you can see manually you can make changes to your color. But what if I want to use a generative recolor? I will click on generative recolor, and you can write the prompt in what, like in what mood, what color palette you want to have color on your artwork, or you can choose some sample prompt also. Okay, so I will click on this Salomon sushi, which has a brownish kind of a tone, and you can see how quickly I got my color tones here. Maybe I want to add some colors more here. Let's say add yellow also, or maybe a blue. Then I will hit generate again. And the AI will try to add those color tones also, or the tint of those colors in my design. See? So let's say I would like to go with the second one. Now I will make one more copy of this like this. And this one again, I will choose the recolor, and I will choose the trippy disco lights and take a look. So very quickly, I can create multiple color variations for my design. So this is one example. Let me show you the another example. This is the another example. Simply make a selection of your design, click on recolor, select your design. If you can write, let me write it down. Pastel colors. And if I hit generate, you can see different kind of output will get generated. So again, a great way to create a multiple color variation. This is another poster where I want a different color variation. I will click on recolor, generative recolor. If I click on this blue one, it will give me a different color variation. Now, even though it is created by the AI, it doesn't mean that you cannot take a control. Okay. What it means, if I select this, okay, and if I change the color to white, it will do that. So even though the entire color palette or the entire color permutation combination was generated by the AI, you still have your full control to make changes in any element of your design. So maybe I want to select this one and want to make it white. I will quickly able to do that. So this was the recolor feature. It is available inside Adobe Illustrator.